Okay, fellow Biafrans, you know, despite the fact that we might disagree to agree, but I will always use this word. I know it is not okay with you that always comment that I should stop using it. But my brother, I have no any other choice word that I can use better than what I'm about to say now. And what is that word? What is that my favorite statement? That we are not yet ready for this Biafran struggle. I will explain. David Umahi okay, let me call it a gaffe, where he was commissioning 1 kilometer road, whether in Abakaliki or somewhere in Biafra land. That Bola Tinubu is the Biafra we all have been looking for. You see, some people may not understand, or maybe you never find out time to sit down in your quiet time, and that's your quiet place. In that your safest time, you feel that nobody is going to disturb you or distract you from having a kind of personal time to reflect on some certain things. My brother, calm down. If you dey smoke, whether Igbo, cigar or whatever, whichever one you are smoking, that is going to make your nerve to be calm while you are having these thoughts. My brother, please go ahead and have it, but don't have it in a large quantity. Just make it a little bit tipsy. Then you come down to analyze this word, that Bola Tinubu is the Biafra we have been looking for. David Umahi again tells Igbo people. The first one, he made the comment, nobody challenged him. The one reason I said we are not serious for this journey. He made this comment again. Even the people who was present before the war, who was there within the war, and who was there after the war till today, none of them came out and said, "Shut up, my boy. That statement is bigger than you." Nobody said it. These people I'm calling you are not politicians. They are the ones who can tell you the full history about what our people suffered. Who can tell you the full history about the 31 years of a Kumek war that made the British give up the Biafrans to the hands of Yorubas and the Fulanis as slavery. 31 good years, Biafra was there fighting for their existence before this Nigeria. Maybe you don't understand me. Please, let me calm down. Let me explain. Let me retrace my words. Okay, in that your quiet room, maybe one corner where your children, your wife, or whoever will not come to disturb you, you carry maybe a shot of cognac, that is a whiskey. You gulp it once and then top it up with one chilled cold water, and then you begin to digest as an old man, not this Gen Z. Maybe you are at your late 60s or 70s, which I know that you are there before this Biafra. And then you begin to reason. But first of all, let me ask, how old is Dave Umahi? Let me see. Which year? Dave Umahi's date of birth. Let me see something. Please give me some time. Dave Umahi date of birth. Dave Umahi. Okay. Dave Umahi. Please hold on. Dave Umahi. Date of birth. Okay. Dave Umahi date of birth. Okay. Dave Umahi was born on July 25 of 1963. Just 3 years after the so-called independence. Dave Umahi was not there during the amalgamation of 1914. He was nowhere to be found. In fact, if I'm allowed to talk, I can say that 2 or 3 of his grandfather were not there when 31 years the Kumek War was fought, just to make sure that that territorial integrity of Biafran are not being bastardized by people like him. Then fast forward to 2026 because of election, because you sold your people, sold yourself to the oppressors of your own people. If you are the one oppressing your people, it will be very easy to understand. Yes, he have power. But you allow people who are coming. These people are not even from your within geographical region of Nigeria, but from other geographics of Africa, Senegambians and the rest of them coming, buying your own people, taking their lands. You join with these people to then tell them in their face, in the midst of their sufferings, in the midst of their crying of 1966 pogrom, 1967 civil war that lasted for 36 good months down till 1970, and then the story of 20 pounds. Our ancestors suffered all these things. Okay, you witnessed the war. You are 67. You are 4 years when the war started. I'm very sure that your parents must have taken you to run to the north. That was why you are behaving like Malu. So, you are 7 years in total, and the war ended. And when you wake up one morning, 1970, precisely January, the war ended, right? Then maybe precisely around March, April, or May, moving forward. And then you look your back, and whom you spotted is your grandfather or your great-grandfather telling you, my son, please, in 2026, tell my people not to worry again about Biafra. That whom you are looking for is a frog. Is your Biafra. Are you still doubting me when I said that we are not yet ready for this journey? Because he made that comment first, nobody challenged him. Now, he bring out the comment again. This is a different comment. This message was published on May 24th, 2026 at around 5:58 p.m. NigeriaNews.com. The message came back again. And he made this comment again. I'm very sure it is on the election ground because I haven't gone through this. Only the headline got me infuriated, and I said, let me hit the camera to remind you that always tell me I should stop using that word, that we are not yet ready. When we are ready, people like this, even if you don't put him to where he belongs, but you need to teach him a lesson, like he never forget in a hurry. Yes. There is a way you will cripple somebody's wings. Even that person will be praying, let death come and take me. But death will be very, very far away from that person. We are not yet ready. Before I proceed, let me read the content of the message, where he made this comment again. Whether not at the presidential primary, where all of them are holding placard like mumu, like sheep leading to a slaughterhouse, because you are supporting somebody who anyway. Let me not go there, because some people will have their own arguments. Where Tinubu is the Biafra we have been looking for. Umahi tells Igbos. Minister of Works David Umahi has declared that Bola Tinubu is the Biafra that the Southeast have been looking for. Niger News. A report that Umahi made the remark while speaking at the All Progressive APC presidential primary in Ebonyi State. What do I say? That's his second time. Even when I was reading this, my mind is shaking. Let it not be the first one he's made when he was flagging off a 1 kilometer road. Thank God, oh. Thank God. Because if I fail at this moment now, most of you will laugh at me and say, hey, you are reputation news. Second time he made in this comment. Nobody is going to challenge him. On the day of election of 2027, which is next year, he's still going to make this comment again because nobody is going to challenge him. Nobody is going to tell him to shut up. Nobody is going to tell him to that what your ancestors fought for 31 good years in the hands of the British. And when the British look at these people and say, no, these people are more than us. If you don't fear Igbo man, if you don't fear any Igbo man, where you did? My brother, you are a learner. Don't mistake their gentility for weakness. Don't even mistake it. Don't mistake their foolishness for mumulity, that they don't know what they are doing. No. Sometimes we decide to follow people like Mumu just to know the extent of their brain. I repeat, sometimes we decide to follow people like Mumu, not weakness, just to see how this person is going to be. So David Umahi is going to make the comment next year. A place who have produced somebody like Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, Obi Ezekwesili, all these ones are working not within local level, not within African level, but within international community. We are the President General of World Trade Organization. Twice. World Bank. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala have held that position twice. In terms of health, Obi Ezekwesili is out there. Immigrants in the US that are doing well in terms of tax, in other areas, let me be candid with you. 45 to 50% of them are all Igbos. Go and make your verifications. It is out there online. Browse. And then, Wiranyage, Baron Christmas. UK, the same thing. Canada, Australia, to name but a few. The only people that will travel away and they would like to feel at home, even while far away from home. In other words, if na mansion they hungry as an Igbo man and he find himself in hellfire, if there is any, he will build that mansion there to enjoy it. Until when he will go back home. Even that back home also will also have mansion. But let me enjoy, because they said where man walks, now that place in the chop. That's why they call him walk chop. That is the belief of an Igbo man. People who produce all these kind of qualities as a human being, then we come down, fold their arms. People like Ijele, people like Ekenguru, Lolo Neka, Bianca Ono, Hopeless Usodinjo, David Umahi, the drunkard coordinates on weekend, people who are not even up to a 1/3 or even an inch of what we represent are the ones messing up. I mean, messing our movement up and messing our nation up. And we all kept silent. And when I tell you that we are not here today, we are only just exaggerating. And you come and comment section and begin to laugh at me and say that I should stop using that language. My brother, have a deep reflection of what I said today. Then you will even use this word more than I do. What killed my parents? What killed maybe most of the Dangotes, Otedolas, Elon Musks, Bill Gates and the rest of them, Mark Zuckerbergs? Over 3.5 million died out of starvation, hunger, as a cause of the same Yoruba bastard and baboons. Awolowo blocked food supply to southeast. Many years down the line, 54, 55, 56 years coming, then I have somebody who feels that because he is playing politics, he's then going to rubbish the effort of my ancestors, telling me in my right face that the Biafra we fought for 36 good months is one frog named Bola Tinubu. You see what we have been looking for. That is what killed and still killing my people till tomorrow. And everybody was calm. And when I said we are not yet ready, you begin to lambast me. One them okay? Think twice. The word I used have a meaning. And the meaning keep on reflecting on our daily livings. It is right before our face. But we refuse to see it. But we refuse to listen to it. But we refuse to act on it. Simply because we believe nothing they happen. One them okay, something they happen. In fact, many things they happen. Let me read this one completely and then we'll round up. Nigerian News reports, let me repeat this word again, that David Umahi made the remark again while speaking at the All Poverty Congress presidential primary in Ebonyi State. The former governor said Tinubu has integrated the Southeast into a mainstream and has given the region juicy appointments. Please, tell him to mention the juicy appointment he give to you. He give you appointment, but still killing your own people. So, all this fight is because of your own personal interest, not because of the masses. Because he appointed you as a minister of works, that does not mean that all the whole roads in the southeast are all being tied. No. We have produced the minister of works and in the name of Rotimi Amechi. Yes, Rotimi Amechi. Who, instead of building the roads in his backyard, that is not motorable, he preferred to build Maradi rail line from Kano down to Niger. Do you know what that thing represents? That is the promise the Nigerian government made to Niger. Go and watch the interview of Obasanjo and that of Gowon. If not for the help of Niger, because they attack us through Niger. In fact, Niger helped them. And then they make a very simple promise to them that we are going to build a rail to ease their trade or to ease them coming into Nigeria as they will. So under Amechi, it was sanctioned. Amechi is not a Yoruba name, not a Hausa name. It is not a Figi. In fact, Amechi is not a Ikwere name. Amechi is an Igbo name. So David Umahi, who is claiming that because he was being appointed as the Minister of Works, that means Bola Tinubu is the reason why our ancestors died. My brother, please, you that is judging me, I want you to judge this matter. If this matter is justifiable to you, or rather the statement he made is justifiable, then fine and good. Comment whatever you like at the comment section of this video. I will enjoy it. But if it is not, then quickly go to the comment section and correct yourself. We are not yet ready. When we are ready, we are going to tackle this matter head on. Because our people, even most of the soldiers who fought that war of 1966 to 1970, is still alive. And if all of them should shut up because they have been compromised, then so be it. Let me complete this reading. He said, Tinubu is the Biafra we have been looking for a man who has integrated the southeast, the entire southeast. If you ask him, southeast, let me tell you, because some people will hear juicy appointments now. To you now, say yes, he appointed everybody. Southeast have 5 states, right? That is what they allocated to you. And each of that state have one appointed minister that is going to work, not as a substandard, but a substantive minister that will be in his cabinet. In other words, when they are having National Executive Council meetings, your own representative will be there. When they are having security meetings, how many of your security men will arose to the prominent that he's going to appoint? Only one, Emmanuel Aneke from Enugu State, right? Okay, that's by the way, in terms of security meetings. Then, the 5 people he appointed from those 5 plots of land in Biafra land, 3 or 4 of them have been sacked. Remain only 1. And that only 1, so remain only 2, sorry. 3 have been sacked. And that 2 is the people who are working against the people he is telling you that Bola Tinubu is their Biafra. Bianca Ono is working against Ndibo. We all know it. You know the antecedents. Him, David Umahi, is working against Ndibo, telling you that frog is your country. So, which is this juicy appointment? That is what I'm asking. Because Southeast as a region that is old enough to become a country, let's say they have 5 ministers. Ogun State is a state inside Southwest that have 6 states. Ogun State have over 15 federal appointments under this government. You have a Mumu minister who is telling you that Tinubu have given you a juicy appointment. Let me read. Maybe we are going to mention the juicy appointment. He said, a man who has given us juicy appointments and a man who has given us very important infrastructure, Bola Tinubu, on his mandate that he shall fall. Meanwhile, Tinubu has been presented with a certificate of return following his emergence as the APC presidential candidate for the 2027 general elections. Tinubu was also presented with the APC flag, as the symbol of his candidacy. The certificate and flag were handed to him on Sunday by the national chairman, Professor Nentawe Yelewada. at a ceremony in Abuja. The presentation followed Tinubu's official declaration as the winner of the APC presidential primary elections. He defeated his only challenger, Stanley Osifo, from Edo State in the primary conducted across the country's 8,809 wards in all 774 local government areas. The president was declared the winner after the calculation exercise held at the Bola Tinubu International Conference Center in Abuja. Okay, before I proceed or before I end this message, I want to tell you that you still believe in one Nigeria, you that still believe in that 2027 there's going to be something different. They have already manufactured the result they are going to use next year. Believe it or leave it. General election 2023 or 2022, 2023, you got 8.8 million votes from the whole country. The primary election that only party members are allowed to participate, you got 11 million votes. How? Some people were arguing they have more than 30 million members. But I can tell you, if they have more than 30 million members, that 30 million, just minus 1 million, the rest does not even believe in that APC. Okay, that's by the way. How can opposition now be watching? They better go and do their own election and inflate the numbers to 22 million. Because if they rig the election of next year, which is already been rigged, when you complain, you know what they will tell you? Can't you see our primary? We got over 11 million. So this one now, it is not a surprise. Make una use on a sense, so no talk say I no warn you. Election of 2027, Peter Obi, Atiku or whoever, you people better get ready. Either you fight or you make your own primary to inflate the numbers. Because now here I go still tell you that I warned you guys. The numbers for that election of 2027 have already been out there now. You can as well agree with me. See how they are counting. In Aba, somebody count 1, 2, 3, 4. At a point, you cannot hear his voice again, right? That was where Benjamin Carlo stood in other state, his own constitution, whatever they call it. Before you can hear me, I am counting with him. He reached at number 11. Before they tell him, louder, can we hear you? The next thing we hear is 90, 90. Somebody was, hey! They stand there because of the money they gave to them, not because they trust that party. Yes, for somebody to be shouting, hey! And there's another place again that they are counting 1, 2, 3, 100, 200, 11,000. Somebody say, hey, no! They are in line, to vote for Bola Tinubu. But should you blame Bola Tinubu or the APC? No, my brother. Blame the so-called monkeys who killed them for vote because they have been given 1,000 or 2,000 naira. They are ready to sell their future for the next 4 years. And the same people will still complain that the country is not good. It is good for them. As I always said, it can only get good when it have become worse. My brother, as I said earlier, I still maintain my stand. 2027, on their mounted, Bola Tinubu, continue. I want to make these people suffer. They never suffer. When they will contribute money to buy one egg, that is when they will know that those charlatans don't mean anything good for them. They never see suffer. No. When they go out there to beg, they see have somebody that have kind mind that can give them like 500, 1,000 or whatever to go and have a plate of meal. But I want let it get to a situation whereby you go to bite your own flesh they eat. In that country called Nigeria, that is where Bola Tinubu is going to lead them. If he enroll himself, because this one is enrolling, if he enrolls himself to the next election, which I supported because they said stick can never choke a man in a man's eye twice. If he choke you once, na mistake. The second one, na your foolishness. Oceana had working on you, bro, now. But you see this Ocean, I want make it do them. In fact, yeah, make it peer their eyes. That is where I stand. And I think now here I go just take end it. I am not interested in their politics and I am not speaking for anybody. But Bola Tinubu, please continue so that it will get to a point where everybody will be on the seat and said, it is now, it's either we divide this country or by all of us. That is where it will get. And I'm praying for that day. It is not very far. If you are waiting for Biafra, Biafra is not very far. Nigeria, disintegration is not very far. Just wait for it. Any moment from now, there will be renewals. Now me talk, I no be prophet, I no be dirty doctor, and I no be seer, but I get my own gift. Have a nice day, and may the good Lord continue to bless you. Please share this message if it touch your heart. Follow us on our social media handles, and my God will surely embarrass you with blessings. This week, I pray for an open doors, protections. Above all, my brother, watch your back, because I want. Don't say I did not warn you. I have given you my own candid advice. Everything now is left for you to decide.